Cowabunga dudes. In this video I want to talk about my diet again and what I'm eating for my gut issues. As some of you know, I suffer with chronic gastritis, IBS and acid reflux, and so I have to really be on top of my diet. I've been dealing with those issues for a few years now, and I have 100% noticed that when I stick to my diet, things are much better and they do not flare up anywhere near as much. I follow a paleo diet, which means no grains, no dairy, no legumes, and I try to avoid processed and refined foods as much as possible. And so I typically eat a lot of meat, fish, eggs, fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds, stuff like that. So all natural healthy food. And it's really the foods that contain a lot of gluten and dairy that have the biggest effect on my IBS. And I also try and avoid like really acidic foods when it comes to my gastritis and acid reflux. I do still eat a little bit of fat though. I eat healthy fats like avocados, nuts and seeds, coconut oil, things like that. One of the things that people miss the most a lot of the time when they go keto or paleo and they're cutting out grains is their cereal, their morning bowl of breakfast cereal. I used to really like having a bowl of oats in the morning, but one of the things I've been having a lot over the last year is a grain-free granola made by Paleo Foods Company. A lot of people were asking me in my last paleo video what brand the paleo cereal I was eating, and it's Paleo Foods Co. grain-free granola, really good stuff. It's pretty much only available in the UK as far as I know, but I know they sell it in Waitrose, Sainsbury's and I think Ocado as well. But if you live in America, you have tons and tons of different options for grain-free granola compared to us in the UK. This one is like one of only a couple of grain-free cereal brands that are available in the UK, and it's a pretty reasonable price as well. So I start my day with a bowl of grain-free granola and a cup of green tea. In my last video on my diet, a lot of people commented saying that they were surprised that I can actually have green tea because caffeine typically can make gastritis and acid reflux a lot worse. I'm pretty much alright with green tea. Black tea or coffee, I can't have coffee at all, can't have like normal traditional English black tea, and but green tea I'm alright with. It contains much less caffeine than traditional coffee or tea, but white tea. But if my acid reflux and gastritis has been particularly bad, I'll stick with chamomile tea. It has no caffeine in it at all. I always want to have a nice like hot drink in the morning. If you can't have caffeine and green tea makes your acid reflux act up, then chamomile tea might be worth a look into. I'll put a link to the paleo granola, the grain-free granola, in the description below, so if you want to check it out you can. I was also getting comments from people saying that they were surprised that I could have chocolate, as that typically can make acid reflux and gastritis a lot worse. I can only have it in moderation, and I can only have dark chocolate, so like 80-90% cacao. If I have like normal chocolate, milk chocolate, that'll definitely make my acid reflux a lot worse. Like almost immediately it'll start acting up and causing me pain in my throat. But yeah, dark, very dark chocolate, 80 or 90%, I find that I'm alright as long as I have it in moderation. And because of its like strong bitter taste, I like it, but it's not something that I find I can like overeat on. So I can have a little bit of it and be quite satisfied and put it down no problem. Not everyone with like acid reflux and gastritis can have dark chocolate, but for me it seems to be absolutely fine. So one thing I've been having a lot lately for lunch is a paleo version of Tom Kha Gai, like coconut mushroom soup, and I've been changing the recipe slightly so it's a little bit, a lot less spicy and more, so that it's more suitable for somebody like myself with acid reflux and gastritis issues that spicy foods can really irritate. So I don't put any jalapeno peppers in here. I'll include all the ingredients below. I use coconut oil, onion, garlic, ginger, lemongrass, mild Thai curry paste, chicken broth, coconut cream or coconut milk, chicken breast, mushrooms, erythritol sweetener, but you can also use coconut sugar, fish sauce, fresh lime juice, green onions and cilantro, and coriander. So first of all, in a medium pan, I'll heat up the coconut oil and add the onion, garlic, ginger, lemongrass and curry paste and cook it up and keep stirring it for 5 minutes until the onions are soft. And then we'll add in the chicken broth and bring that to a boil. And we'll let that simmer for about 30 minutes. Then we strain out the onion, garlic, lemongrass and ginger and get rid of that and just keep in the liquid. We'll keep that broth and add in the coconut cream or coconut milk. I'm using coconut milk here. Add in the chopped chicken breast and mushrooms, and then we'll simmer that, cook that until the chicken breast cooked through. Then we'll add the fish sauce and coconut aminos, lime juice. You don't have to use coconut aminos, you can use soy sauce. I just use coconut aminos to keep it paleo. Then we'll cook that for 2 minutes, and when it's ready we'll ladle that into the bowls and top it with some green onions and fresh cilantro. This is like a really nice sort of light lunch, and what I like about it is that it doesn't really like bloat me out, it doesn't affect my IBS negatively. It's full of healthy fats and protein, which is great for recovering from exercise as well. After I exercise, I usually have a protein bar. Now, it's usually kind of hard to find a decent paleo compliant protein bar that doesn't have whey protein in it, which will definitely upset my stomach and make my IBS worse, along with my acid reflux. So I normally go with RX bars. They are a paleo protein bar with clean, natural ingredients. You can even see the main ingredients on the front of the packaging. 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates, and this is coconut chocolate flavor. Tastes really good. Doesn't have that chalky sort of powdery taste that you get from protein bars with whey protein in them, and I like the taste. I really like that this protein bar has no rubbish in it and is dairy free and grain free, so I know that it's not going to make my digestion worse. I'll put a link to these in the description below as well. And then for dinner today, sweet potato hash with beef mince or ground beef and eggs, and this is something that I also have for breakfast and lunch sometimes, especially if I've got it left over. Fills you up. It's really good to have any sort of time of day. A lot of people like to have sweet potato hash with sausages, but that can cause a lot of people's acid reflux and gastritis to act up, so I tend to stick with ground beef. It also goes well with spinach if you want to add in some extra greens. Again, I'll leave the ingredients list in the description below. Make sure to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. For now, heat up a large skillet over medium heat and add 1 tablespoon of coconut oil to melt. Chop up the sweet potato, onions and peppers. So cook up the sweet potatoes first until they're soft, and add the paprika, salt and pepper, and then when they're nice and soft, set them to one side. Then cook the ground beef, onions and peppers. Once that is all cooked, add in the sweet potatoes. Then one at a time, crack your 4 eggs and add them to the top of the dish, 1 in each kind of quarter of the pan. put the skillet into your oven, which you should have already heated to 400 degrees to bake the eggs. Bake them for about 10 to 15 minutes, after which they should be ready to eat. This dish goes really good with mayo. If you're looking for a paleo friendly, low inflammatory mayo, you could go with an avocado mayo, or just dress it with some avocado oil or extra virgin olive oil. So that's what I'm eating on my paleo diet at the moment. I'm always trying new recipes, so I have more videos and recipe ideas soon. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it. Cowabunga, dudes.